Hey, good evening. Just got back home from shopping, and I've been working fairly consistently on the Eden project. It's a do-it-yourself root cellar encased in cement, and this is the third installment. I'm going to take you around to take a look at my little bunker storage system. The Lord gave me this about 3 weeks ago. I was praying for weeks. I didn't know what system to use, and he just flashed this vision in my mind. So I'm going to turn this camera around. My name is Don Taylor. Turning it around. All right. You can see that I dug a pretty big hole in the side here, and managed to get all this backfilled. This is actually goes down 2 feet, and so that's all the foam from the top end. And so basically I got a box frame, a form slip with nails in. I'm going to have to secure this better. And I got it spaced out 3.5 inches. You could go this wide. For a heavy duty pour, I would go this wide. Same procedure. The wire's on the inside here. The wire's kind of crappy from Home Depot. I don't think I'm going to get that kind of gain. But I like to be able to, where the wire is, to take little bits of a 3/8 rod, drill a hole, put it in, and put it across. That way I can suspend the wire out from the wall. And next time around, it's going to be 3/8 rod going in between the studs. Probably on the inside. And to make that work, I could actually put the holes in the plate and just put the rod in there. It could be preformed holes. Everything's systematic. So this is what I was working on last night. Got this pile moved. I got about half this pile on the inside. So that's the door. The door is 5 foot. And so we just have to touch up on the, make sure all the blocks are in place. I'm going to take you on the inside. And you can see that here I need to put some blocking for the door. Spacers. Put, come on, out of the way. Beep, beep. That's put. Part of my family. Hey, what do you think? Say hello there, put. Put. So I got it set up here. Place for my tools. My sound bar goes on there. And another tool shelf. I got my board up there to lift this up. So I may have to put a little bit of slip of foam board in here so it goes across, but you can see how that much concrete, I think it's good for a medium-sized wall pour, but for heavy dutier, I should go 5.5 inch. I do have one discrepancy, and if you look in the corner there, at this wall, I'm going to have to force it this way about 3/4 of an inch. But apart from that, it's doing good. I should be ready to pour tomorrow. And once it's poured, I'll remove the outside forms here, right? And I'll backfill all the way around, same as I did here. And once the backfilling is done, then I can put the forms back in. And this will be the last height. And I can show you what's underneath. That's my 2-foot crawl space underneath that. So this is my third installment on the YouTube series, and I'll be able to slip form this up. And so the fourth pour is going to be to do the gable end. That's going to go up. The gable's about almost 38 inches tall. I still got some tweaking to do on it. And so I can pour the gable in, then I can pour half the roof. And I might be able to remove the side forms when I do that, because I like to be able to start filling this in. And the last part is going to be on the end here. And so the dome is going to come up here to about 9 foot. I'll be 6 foot, 6'8" or something like that, 7 foot up to the top here. And here I was thinking, because I'm pretty this far away from the corner of the house, so I might put a pile caster here, maybe out a little bit, just post cement it in. I can make up some bricks to bring it up so the wood would be coming out. So I could make bricks. I could actually make an archway, a nice wide archway. Probably I'll probably come out to the 6 foot mark here, and I can precast some stairs going up. I have lots of rock to choose from, so I can make a precast system going up 6 feet from the backside here, just like little triangles. And I could actually arch it around, give it a little bit of design, because I like to be able to put a berm on this side of the wall, maybe berm it out about this far. That way I could, make a rock wall or whatever. I may have to pre-make some brick. I'm not sure. I haven't tried rock before. The rock's all around, so it's kind of hard to do. But anyway, you have a staircase going up, but it's going to be tapered at an angle here, probably 7 tiers. That'll take me to the top. This would have to be all decked out, encased, and just make a landing port on the top. And Lord willing, I'd like to make a staircase here. I can even overhang it, make a staircase so I can actually have access to the top of the house there, top of the ceiling. And on the front, I'll probably make my own stones and just glue some wire on there and face this off. Then the door, for now, I guess it's just going to have to be a plywood door with maybe 3 layers of foam, 2 layers of foam anyway. And I could snorkel this out. This should be snorkeled out about here. So I can actually have an outside door. But I think for the time that I put into this, I started this journey 4th week in January. The Lord kept me up all night and says you need to start preparing to preserve food. And this is what He put it in my spirit to start building this project. I worked about 7 weeks on it. I pulled out 125 wheelbarrows of gravel out of the bottom 2 feet and about 100 loads of rock. So about 225 loads. That took, 160 hours. I forget. And but all together it took out with 750 wheelbarrows and 50 loads of rock. So I think that took 125 hours, I think, to dig out the bottom. So I have about 1, 2, 3, I would say close to 300, 160, 80, 325 hours. I'll be approaching, I think, pretty close to 400 hours, because I got about 2 weeks in the actual construction here. That's building the formworks. And from this, I was able to advance it to where I like to make a slip form that pulls on the horizontal, to where you could actually make your cabin. You have your inside formwork already set in place, and the outside form is a slip form. You do your steel and you pull it forward 4 feet per day. And where you're merging concrete with the wood. And I think this is going to be a win-win situation. You could actually buffer it out on the outside, put your extensions for your doors and your dormer units, where you could actually put another 3 feet of earth over top of your ark ship. Not an earth ship, but it's going to be an ark ship, designed for climate change, to make it through the coming climate chaos. I'd like to be able to incorporate the geothermal heat sinks within this bunker system, to where you got self-cooling, self-heating. Doesn't matter what the temperature extremes are, you're going to get by. If you're in a normal house, you're going to get, not going to be nice. It's going to be 150 degrees in your house, and it's not fireproof, not earthquake proof. And this way you got probably the most economical and most efficient way of building in the world. A couple days ago, I started seeing a video going off in my head, and for about 2 hours, the Lord has shown me the entire concept, the next expansion. And so I put it together into a mini ark ship series, probably a 7-acre ark ship, a mini ark ship. Each plot would be about 1.5 acres for where you got a center, community center, and around that you got 6 places that you can build. You could use the bunker system, where you could pour a 12 by 24, 12 by 32. You have 2 spaced apart with a greenhouse in between, and you're fully. You don't have to worry about heat. You don't have to worry about cooling. You don't have to worry about septic. You got your biodigesters. You don't have to worry about power, because you can put in simple battery systems using iron and salt water. They used that for a long time, but they're just humongous, right? And we're going to have to get off the grid, people. We have about 3.5 years before it's going to be impossible to buy and sell because of the mark of the beast. And God's going to take his church, his people, remove them from the places of judgment, from the cities, because the cities in America are going to burn, and relocate his bride, a righteous remnant, in places of refuge. That would be a place where she would be fed the hidden manna of the word for 3.5 years, to bring her into a place of spiritual maturity. And that's what it's about. It's all about the transformation of our mind by reading the word. The Holy Spirit empowers the word, and the life of the word goes down into our heart and brings forth fruit unto righteousness as we learn to repent and shift our mindset from the fallen nature to putting on the risen nature of the Lamb, and learning to walk in the Spirit, and that's where we're made into lights, to walk in the light as He's in the light, and be able to use this concept to put together a 7-acre micro village concept. I would like to start with the homeless. I just came back from Home Depot this morning. I asked for the main office in Canada for the Toronto division, and I'd like to draw up a very quick, put what the Lord showed me, put it together very quickly, to see if they respond to it. Home Depot does do support the homeless. I found that out today. And it'd be nice if they would carry the ball, and they can actually perfect the slip form units, where they could actually be rented out as part of their product line, so people can come and they can either buy the units already made up, or make it themselves and buy the slip forms. That's what's going to make it count. And you can slip cast your 12 by 16, 12 by 24 by 32 by 40 foot subsurface bunker system. Very cheap, fully reinforced with steel and cement mesh, right? And it's going to do the job. The times you're coming into, major temperature extremes, you're going to have to be set up for it, or you're not going to make it. And the biggest thing, apart from physical preparation, that we need to be learning to walk in the Spirit and learning to dwell in the secret place of the Lord, under the shadow of the Almighty. And I've always had a heart for the homeless. I've been on the streets myself, lived out of this van back here. see it back there. I lived out of that for 3 years, being homeless. The winter, the Lord provided work in the summer and shelter in the winter, but I had to live out of that machine. That's how I got this place. I worked for about 6 months, saved up cash, and I bought the trailer. And the little place I'm living here, I had on the other place. This is a 12 by 24 edition. And I took it apart. I moved everything here and reset up. And preparing, doing what I can to prepare. But the Lord was very adamant when He said to make the greenhouse, because we are coming into a place where it's going to be difficult to grow food, and it's going to be more difficult to be able to keep it, to be able to preserve it, and that's going to help empty out my place here. You know, I got a full pantry here, but it'd be nice to be set up, or I would have pantry storage, jar storage, food storage, potential. You know, I could park a truckload of vegetables in there, keep 4 or 5 months. I would have a dry well in there. It would have double venting, fresh air in, hot air out, 15 amp service with a light, with a switch and a light, and a couple of plugs. Maybe I want to put in a combination fridge and freezer unit, like a larger stand-up model. Try to find one cheap, and to where the temperature is going to be more moderate, and get back to the old-fashioned ways of doing things. I'm going to leave it here and get this uploaded. This is Don Taylor coming to you with the DIY project that the Lord showed me in a flash vision about 3 weeks ago when I was sitting down at Home Depot figuring out what material that I need to get shipped up here. And it works. That's what the Lord showed me. I prayed about it for 3 weeks. I've been carpenter for 40 years or more. Nothing was suitable. And when the Lord showed me that picture, I knew that it was going to work. Now you're seeing the proof of concept. So this is the Eden Project coming to you from my little place here in Boston Bar, British Columbia, Canada.